Hello, combat, and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. In this video, we're going to be showing you some decks of the week. As always, it's Sunday, so deck time. These decks are ones that are performing extremely well on ladder, on conquest, everywhere in general. There is quite a little bit of overlap, but there also is some like outstanding decks and like decks that just you don't expect. So let's get into it. So first deck up is Agent Venom. This is just kind of like the good stuff Venom type stuff where it's all about hitting good targets with Agent Venom, right? So you get your Cassandra, your Mystique, your Iron Man, your Phoenix, Kitty, Bast, Ant-Man, all that loves to be hit. There's other versions of this, like the bounce version, the good stuff version, and it's just stuff like this. Agent Venom was just a really good card. It's one of these solid cards that if you didn't get the battle pass, you should consider it, because he is just a solid card. In general, the idea is obviously you drop your Agent Venom on 2, buff stuff up. You get your Bast if you draw these cards to buff up the Bast. So yeah, pretty decent deck. Next up, I believe we've got the bounce version. Yeah, here's the bounce version. Very similar to it, but this is kind of running instead of, you still get your Iron Man here, but now you've got bounce type stuff. So stuff that you want to bounce. You get your Sage, you get your Bishop. Mysterio's a great target for Venom. Any of these one-drops, Hood, Rockets, Sable, Nico, all great. Every card other than Bast gains power from getting hit with Agent Venom, so it's just a fantastic deck. Then you can Falcon, bounce off your Black Swan, so that you can Falcon and pop Black Swan on turn 5, so on turn 6 you can play all your ones for free, instead of needing to beast them that late. Great version of the deck. Next up we have Scream. Honestly, this move stuff, it's okay. It's still doing pretty well. It is actually really annoying. Problem with it is you do need to get Scream out early, and then Scream just kind of pops off. Or you need like your Kingpin or your Craven. You kind of need, ideally you need Scream or you need Kingpin and Craven down. Like one of those two. And then you just kind of pop off. You can move stuff around. They can like play perfectly for lanes because you can Polaris, a cheap card. Juggernaut, some stuff, Spider-Man, Arrow, Begron, Cannonball, Magneto, all that stuff. So it's hard for them to correctly play around lanes unless they're like filling all the lanes up without worrying about you just moving cards around. So it's really nice. Next up, Zoo. Zoo's been around for quite a while. That's kind of fallen off a little bit this week because of Agony. People are trying to Agony in Destroy, because it's nice with Deadpool. You just blend it with Deadpool. Luna! Sorry, dog being annoying. So yeah, it did fall off a bit. You do have Kyera to protect yourself against Destroy stuff, but sometimes you just don't draw Kyera on time. And in those games, you kind of struggle against the Destroy stuff. But other than that, Dude's still in a good spot. Marble Point did get a little nerf a little while back, but it's still really good. Gilgamesh and Mockingbird let you just put some big power down, right? Next up, we've got the toxic stuff. Ajax, one of these cards that when it came out, I slept on a little bit. I think quite a lot of people did, because you know you have Luke Cage, which is just a counter to it, right? But also running Luke Cage just feels bad sometimes. So not everyone's running it, so they're not that much counter. And with this deck, you've got a lot of options. You've got your Red Guardian to target their Luke Cage, right? Copycat can give you some good stuff. Man Thing helps you put some threat down on a lane. You've got Wiccan in here, some extra energy. Shadow King, Scorpion, Hawk, Kate gives you some wands. It's just a really solid deck in general. And Ajax has just been pretty consistently decent since he came out. So if you want to play some toxic stuff, this is deck for you. Next up, we've got everyone's favorites, Loki and Arishim. Still does well. Don't really want to talk about it much, you know, you just put good cards in here. Some card gen. Yeah, abuse the fact you've got extra energy, pretty much. Next up, we've got the War Machine Storm stuff, which nobody wants to play against because it's super annoying. I do like the fact that the versions seem to be a little bit more move heavy. Like there's some move stuff in here now. I've seen a deck recently that I want to find. I just couldn't find it today to put in this list. I'm gonna look for it a little more later. but it was a really nice War Machine version. It was a little bit more move heavy instead of just having Madam Web, which I really want to see and find. But honestly, this stuff's pretty good, right? You've got Doom and Infinite to play out on turn 6. Obviously, you're going to Storm, you're going to War Machine, and then you're going to Legion. That's your game plan, right? And then you just win with the rest of the cards because they can't play anything. Up next, we have Scorn, the card this week in discard. Honestly, I didn't really think much of Scorn, and I'm still on the fence about it. I do think it's a nice addition to discard, but it's not enough. Not nearly enough to do anything for discard. Maybe there's something in here with some, like, you drop the big package, you drop like these up here, the Modok and the APOC, which annoys me because I had an idea when I got this card this week. I had an idea of putting in the good stuff with like Agent Venom and Gwen, which I just couldn't get working, and I gave up on it too soon because I was a little off on it. I think that I actually got an idea in my brain for it, which I need to try out, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, whatever. If it does, fantastic, but we'll see. Like, honestly, if you just like discard in general, this is the one, but it doesn't do enough for me to compete with other decks. Next up, we've got Agent Hawk, another Agent Venom deck, but this is with the Dark Hawk. It's similar as the first two decks, right? You've got cheap ones. Someone's got Grandmaster and stuff to be really annoying with Black Widow and Dark Hawk. Again, Iron Man, Absorbing Man to be super. If you want to be that guy, right? Black Widow into Grandmaster into Absorbing Man, you know, be that guy. Everyone will hate you. It'll be fun. And lastly, we have the Agony stuff. Obviously, the new card from the High Voltage. Not very good card. There is some stuff to do with like hand buffing stuff with Scarlet Spider, but realistically, probably the spot it goes in, like, it's like destroy stuff. But we'll see. Maybe there's some stuff. Maybe we need a couple of extra cards, buffs up out of here to just find a place somewhere else. But for now, the most simple, straightforward one seems to be here because there's more than one good target, right? You can hit with your Deadpool, you hit with X-23, Wolverine, Hulkbuster. I mean, you probably don't want to hit it with Hulkbuster, but you know, there's all these other good cards, so there's plenty of options. And that's it for the week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.